The countdown is on to the 2025 Classic Jamaica St Leger, taking place Sunday, July 6th. This is the second jewel in the prestigious Triple Crown series, and 14 3-year-olds are ready to go head-to-head over 10 furlongs. As part of its build-up, Quick Gallop J, Hey.com, and its YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper, present the latest winning performances of each contender, giving punters a preview of what to expect.
They're off. A big buzz breaks nearest to us. Got a good start. Giant Vigorous is tacking across. Life is Light is with this group in the yellow silks near the stand fence. Chasing My Dream is doing just that, more toward the center of the racetrack. On the far side, that's Queen Latifah, but Big Buzz looks to have the running and shows on that lead. The rider now changing his hold, and Big Buzz continues to hold them off. Queen Latifah in the orange silks races on the far side. Giant Vigorous in the white sleeves next. Chasing My Dream toward the center, but this Big Buzz now begins to tack toward the middle. Queen Latifah is showing good speed over there too, and now beginning to challenge, but Big Buzz is in control at the moment. Queen Latifah, the closest pursuer and the only one in with a chance, but Big Buzz puts them all away, and Big Buzz wins by nearly 3 over Queen Latifah. Giant Vigorous is next. Star Quest on the far side, and back in 5th, that Secret Sensation.
They're off and racing. One code misses it and is left at the back of the field. Slam Sharp is away sharply. Also there, that's Uncle Baba, Alchemy of Souls, rushing down on the outside. Saving ground against the rail. That is He's Sensational, and He's Sensational is in front of Alchemy of Soul joining. Then comes Royal Maverick. Slam Sharp is there. Also on the inside, that's Benison saving ground. Then comes Candy Girl. Behind the Candy Girl, that's Uncle Baba right against the rail. One code. Then comes Nebuchadnezzar, Jody's Fun, Attila, and racing at the back of the field, that is Kuzmi. They head toward the 6, and it is He's Sensational, contented to take that lead. Traveling easily though. Second, that's Alchemy of Soul. Racing in 3rd, Benison there. Nothing any rush. Racing in 4th, Slam Sharp. Then comes Nebuchadnezzar. Behind Nebuchadnezzar, that's Uncle Baba. One code comes next, joined by Candy Girl. Circling horses and coming around, that's Jody's Fun. Then comes Nebuchadnezzar and Attila, and then comes Royal Maverick and Kuzmi still racing at the back. They've left the 4 and head toward the 3, and it is on that lead. He's Sensational, still bowling along, unmolested, tracking in 2nd. That's Alchemy of Soul. Asked to do more, that's Benison, about 4 lengths before we come to Nebuchadnezzar and Slam Sharp. Also making ground, that's Uncle Baba. Jody's Fun is also recovering and also coming on. That's Kuzmi. They're at the top of the lane. He's Sensational, still in front, but here comes Benison coming to the attack. He's Sensational, keeping on. Benison threatening on the outside and looks up. In a threat. It's Benison. Now that grabs the lead. He's Sensational, still there battling on. Left back in 3rd. That's Alchemy of Souls and Uncle Baba, but Benison begins to kick away in the Howard Hamilton Cup, the trophy. It's Benison in front, and Benison and Shane Ellis doing it easily in the end, about by 4 lengths. He's Sensational is 2nd. Then comes Uncle Baba, Alchemy of Soul. Kuzmi running on for 5th.
Lets them go. They're off for the 1,000 guineas. Queen Latifah just came out toward the back of the field. Toward the far side, Adanka is running quickly with No Apology. Wayne's Cherry Links now moving up to take them on early. Simply Enchanting is on the premises. Khaleesi the Grey right there too as they make their way down the back stretch. No Apology has come through to get a narrow lead. Wayne's Cherry Links now making eye contact as they float past the 6. Khaleesi is 2 lengths down. Queen Latifah on the rail. Mighty Gully in between horses. Hansa racing out widest of them all. Linguist asked to make ground with Danker on the outside. Pretty Perfect is racing next, several lengths off that lead. Burning Hedge now asked to pick up. Cost of Living overtaking horses toward the outside as they're about to arrive at the half-mile marker. Simply Enchanting races toward the back. Perfect Affair is there too with Social Aviator. And at the back of the field, a long way last, that's Enthusiasm as they come flashing past the 3. Wayne's Cherry Links has taken charge up front, being chased all the while now by Hansa in second. Danka, the other Azan horse, now dropping down into third. Khaleesi is there. Mighty Gully asked to close up. Linguist now making late progress, but they're coming into the top of the lane. Wayne's Cherry Links rubbing shoulders with Hansa. Watch Danka down against the rail. Wayne's Cherry Links also trying to close up. Linguist and Burning Hedge in a battle out wide, and these two now go on. It's Linguist and a Burning Hedge. They're rubbing shoulders. Burning Hedge now gets the nose in front. Linguist trying to fight back, but Burning Hedge now begins to go on. It's Radish Roman. He's looking for 4, and he's going to capture the feature. The Jamaica 1000 Guineas. Burning Hedge by 5 or more. Linguist is next. Mighty Gully, head of Hansa. Pretty Perfect is back in 5th. Ready and sends them off. My Eclipse comes away running with I Dream Again on the far side. Prince Roy not too far away. He's down now. Another one shows speed and runs the rail. Toward the outside, that's Big Buzz Lockdown overtaking along with Bob the Builder as they make the way down the back stretch. Another one shows speed and has that lead. A Lockdown and Prince Roy in close proximity. I Dream Again on the outside. Bob the Builder in a handy spot. My Eclipse is next, about 6 or 7 off that lead. Sensational Soul tucked in between horses. Bossman now splitting rivals. Mr. Lee is there with Strong Mind as they charge down the far side. Big Buzz races with the field toward the back of it. Mark My Identity on the outside. Brompton Boy asked to make ground. Prince Kazir races second from the back, and a Bangarang, now hopeless at the moment, left last. They've left the half mile. They arrive at the 7/16th. And on the rail, it's a Bob the Builder with that lead. Another one is there. I Dream Again now kicks in, and I Dream Again snatches the lead. But Bob the Builder is fighting hard on the rail. They've opened up some 3 or 4 lengths. Lockdown now asked to close up. They're coming into the lane. And I Dream Again in the green silks drifts off toward the center. Bob the Builder continues to run a huge one and has that lead down against the rail and gets cracks of that right-hand stick. It is Bob the Builder out in front. Here is Sensational Soul now unleashed and let loose. Bob the Builder with a 2-length lead. Sensational Soul eating into it. It's Bob the Builder just. Sensational Soul now finding top stride. Bob the Builder driven out. Sensational Soul is exploding in the end and will win the 2,000 Guineas from Bob the Builder. I Dream Again, Strong Mind, close between Big Buzz and Lockdown.
They're off and racing, a perfect line. As a rushing shooter get that lead, that's Harry's train right on the Uncle Harry rather. And it's Uncle Harry leading them going to the clubhouse turn. From Lockdown racing in second, right behind them on the rail, that is Nuclear Jet, just beside Nuclear Jet and overtaking now, that's Alive. Then comes a Perfect Affair, and racing at the back of the field, that's Bangarang. They head toward the 7, and it is Uncle Harry on that lead, just about a length in front of racing in a second, that's Lockdown. Tracking in third, that's Alive as they head toward the 6. Right there in 4th, that's Perfect Affair, just on the inside of Perfect Affair as they go past the 6, that's a Nuclear Jet, and still at the back of the field, that is Bangarang. They head toward the 5, and it is Uncle Harry bouncing easily on that lead, going past the 5 with a length and a half lead. From racing in second, Lockdown. Racing in third, Alive. About 2 lengths before we come to Perfect Affair. Just behind Perfect Affair, that's a Nuclear Jet, and still at the back of the field, Bangarang. They're leaving the 4 and heads toward the 3, and it is Uncle Harry attacked on the inside by Lockdown. These two sharing it as they go past the 3, about 4 lengths in front of Alive, Perfect Affair, and Nuclear Jet. Way out of it, that's Bangarang. They're coming into the lane, and it is Uncle Harry and Lockdown. These two are fighting for it. Also coming on against the rail and coming on. That is Alive, and now Lockdown assumes the lead from Uncle Harry fading. Here comes Alive coming on for a piece of the pie. It is Lockdown in front and sprinting away from these. Also coming on the outside, that's Nuclear Jet, but it is Lockdown. And Wesley Callaloo Henry is looking for a second on the card, and I think he has this one. Lockdown is in front and looks to be in total charge in the Mr. Lover Lover Trophy. Lockdown by about 3 lengths. Alive is second, then comes Nuclear Jet. Back in fourth, that's a Perfect Affair. They're off and racing. Uncle Harry gets a good start. Right on the inside, that is Khaleesi. So Uncle Harry and Khaleesi. These are the two that's vying for it. It's Uncle Harry about a length and a piece in front of Khaleesi. Racing in third, about 2 lengths behind that is Althea. Then comes Nebuchadnezzar, Secret Sensation, and racing at the back of the field, that's Roaring Kitty. They head toward the 5 furlong point, and it is Uncle Harry. And racing on the outside of Uncle Harry, these two hooked up on the lead, that's Khaleesi. They're 3 lengths in front, or 4 lengths in front of Nebuchadnezzar. Then comes Althea, another 4 before we come to Roaring Kitty, and racing at the back of the field, that Secret Sensation. Heading toward the 3, and Uncle Harry slips away by about 4, and this could be the writing on the wall. They're passing the 3. Uncle Harry about 6 lengths in front, and this could be over. The writing could be on the wall. It is all over. Uncle Harry in front and looks good from here. Khaleesi running in second. Also coming on, that's Nebuchadnezzar. Roaring Kitty running on to Althea out wide, and never in it, that Secret Sensation. Uncle Harry and the Rowan Lewis still in front. They're going to the furlong pole. Uncle Harry about 6 or 7 lengths in front. And Uncle Harry looks to have this one all wrapped up. It's a matter of who will be second. Uncle Harry in front and going on. It's Ray and Lewis. Action-packed Ray and Lewis. Nebuchadnezzar holding on for second, just ahead of Roaring Kitty. Then comes Khaleesi back in fourth. They're off and racing. Big Buzz misses it and is left at the back of the field. Mighty Gully rushed into an early lead. So Mighty Gully narrowly with that lead, rushing down on the outside. That's another one, and Bowmore. So another one assumes the lead from Bowmore racing in second. Mighty Gully relegated to third. Then comes Princess Chris, now joined on the outside by racing at the back of the field. That's Big Buzz. They head towards the 3, and it is Just the Leader. That's another one. Just the Leader from Bowmore attacking on the inside. Bowmore and another one. These two sharing it. They're 4 lengths in front of Mighty Gully. Princess Chris, and still at the back of the field. That's Big Buzz, and it is another one turning on the heat. Another one goes on from left back on the inside. That is Bowmore. It's another one in front coming to the furlong pole. Bowmore right against the rail, switched off it. Another one in front. Bowmore is coming back for more. It's another one still in front, about a length or 2 in front of Bowmore. Mighty Gully is flying on the outside. Another one shutting off. Mighty Gully closing. Another one. Mighty Gully gone by together. Bowmore back in third. Princess Chris in fourth.
They're off. Modern Monarch, Miracle Selection, they both came out slowly. Prince Roy dashes to the front. Uncle Baba racing out wide of horses as they line up in behind. Costa Living now moves into a clear second. Uncle Baba on the outside. Perfect Affair, Slam Sharp. And right there too with them, that's Alchemy of Souls. These in a very tight group as they've run past the 5. A gap opens up to Monarch, and Miracle Selection just trails the field. They're arriving at the half mile. They'll go running into that turn. Prince Roy on that lead, hounded by Costa Living. Just 3 parts of a length separates them. A break back to Slam Sharp, nosing in front of Perfect Affair. Uncle Baba races just ahead of Alchemy of Souls in the all green. They leave the 3/8 now and run toward the final 5/16. The back markers at this stage, Miracle Selection and last of all, Modern Monarch now beginning to make mild progress. They're coming into the top of the lane. They're into it now, and Prince Roy continues to lead them a merry dance. Cost of Living needs to find maybe 3 lengths to get to that leader, but Prince Roy under the left-hand stick responds and continues now to open up the advantage as they flash past the furlong pole. It is Prince Roy in complete command at this stage. Cost of Living best of the rest, but Prince Roy has them all off their legs and left them all for dead. Prince Roy and Richard Henry will score comfortably in the third by maybe 7 or more. Cost of Living second. Perfect Affair is third. Close between Modern Monarch and Slam Sharp. Starter ready? And they're off. Fair start. Star Quest, Cop Car, they took off quickly on the far side. Racing up near the rail, that's Bob the Builder now beginning to gather momentum as they go flashing past the 7. Uncle Baba has made steady ground, and Uncle Baba comes through now to dispute that lead and gets the nose in front. Bob the Builder right there on the rail, and these two bob heads for that lead. Slam Sharp and Roaring Kitty left some 2.5 to 3 lengths back. Duchess is a length in behind them. Cop Car has faded back. Star Quest is some 3 lengths in behind those. Then comes Nebuchadnezzar, and at the back of the field, he's Sensational as they've left the 5 and run toward the half mile. Bob the Builder now goes on and opens a length and a tail. It's held over Uncle Baba. Cop Car now beginning to roll down against the rail. Slam Sharp is some 4.5 to 5 lengths off that lead. Roaring Kitty is a length in behind him. Duchess now begins to fade a bit. Star Quest needs to do more. He's Sensational, racing out 3 wide, asked to make ground, and Nebuchadnezzar never been in it and continues to race at the back of the field as they come charging up toward the 5/16. Can they catch this? Bob the Builder out in front. Cop Car now put to the stick and asked to do so. Uncle Baba in between horses. Roaring Kitty down against the rail, but they're at the head of the stretch, and it's a Bob the Builder and a Radish Roman, the champion jockey. They're inside the final 3/16, and Bob the Builder now begins to go away from them, getting cracks of that stick and kept up to his work. It's Bob the Builder with a furlong to run. Cop Car moving best of the rest at the moment. Roaring Kitty down on the rail. Star Quest asked to close up, but it is all a Bob the Builder and a Radish Roman. Bob the Builder romps the 7th event, maybe 10 lengths, could be more. Cop Car is second over Star Quest. Then Roaring Kitty. He's Sensational. Races back in 5th. Field in 9. For the Miss Ruth. They're off. 6.5 furlongs. Sensational Soul misses it. Simply Enchanting and Strong Mind battle early, and Strong Mind gets a narrow lead. Simply Enchanting 3/4 of a length down on the rail. Ideal Winner races back in third, some 5 off that lead. Wayne's Cherry Links and all together run as a team and beginning to make headway as they leave the 5. Life is Light is 3 further lengths back. Sensational Soul now on the go on the outside, and Pea's Head trails the field. They're at the half-mile marker and rushing into that turn for home. Strong Mind has taken charge and quickly goes on by some 3 lengths. Simply Enchanting chasing with Ideal Winner. Wayne's Cherry Links on the outside. Just about 5 lengths separates the front bunch. They leave the 3. Sensational Soul is next. Altogether a further 3 lengths back. Life is Light and Pea's Head now share last as they leave the 5/16 and are about to come into the top of the lane in the Miss Ruth. Strong Mind in control at this stage. Ideal Winner left several lengths back down against the rail. Toward the outside, that's Wayne's Cherry Links. Simply Enchanting is running on the spot, but up front it is all Strong Mind, a furlong to catch. Strong Mind. Ideal Winner now shaken up under the left-hand stick, but it is Strong Mind, the rider, wheeling away with the right-hand stick inside the final 16. Strong Mind and Ray and Lewis battling. Here is Ideal Winner. Strong Mind will give Lewis his second. Ideal Winner is second. Wayne's Cherry Links ahead of Sensational Soul. Simply Enchanting is back in 5th.
They're off on racing. I Dream Again gets a sharp start and goes for that lead. Not so altogether racing at the back of the field. I Dream Again, tackled on the outside by Giant Vigorous. Then comes Brompton Boy racing in third. About 2.5 lengths behind them. That's Papi Uso and altogether another 3. They go toward the 4, heading passing the 4, and I Dream Again kicks on. About a length and a half now, 2 lengths from Brompton Boy going down into second. Left back against the rail. That is Giant Vigorous, racing about 12 lengths in front, about in fourth. That is Papi Uso, and altogether has never been in. I Dream Again kicks on about 4, more 5, or maybe 6 lengths in front. They're toiling behind I Dream Again, shrinking out by Robert Hallidine. It's I Dream Again in front, Brompton Boy and Giant Vigorous chasing down into second, but it's I Dream Again to the furlong pole with a good-looking lead, and it looks unstoppable. I Dream Again begins to pull away from these. I Dream Again. It's no nightmare. It's a good dream. I Dream Again, pulling off and going on maybe by double digits. Giant Vigorous fighting on for second over Brompton Boy. Then comes all together and Papi Uso at the back. They're off on racing. Good Conscience misses it, along with Pretty Perfect. Giant Vigorous goes for that lead. Life is Light is right there too. There goes on the outside, that's Star Quest. Just behind them, that's that Money Mission, overtaken by Miss Brayton. Then comes 3 lengths before we come to Good Conscience, now joined by Pretty Perfect, and just at the back of the field, that's Modern Monarch. Passing the 3 and coming to the top of the lane, and it is on the outside Star Quest, just the leader from right against the rail. That's Giant Vigorous. Star Quest in front, Giant Vigorous trying to come on. Also coming on the outside, that is Pretty Perfect, but it is Star Quest in front. Pretty Perfect trying to get to Star Quest. Pretty Perfect is coming on strongly. Star Quest hanging on top. Pretty Perfect trying to get to Star Quest. It's Star Quest still in front. Pretty Perfect comes a calling on the outside. Star Quest, Pretty Perfect. Pretty Perfect now goes on, and Shane Ellis will have a double on the day. Pretty Perfect beats Star Quest. Then comes Miss Brayton. Looks like Giant Vigorous back in fourth. And Michael Sims is ready, and we are ready for race number 6. They're off on racing. Alchemy of Soul gets a nice start right in the middle. Don Quessy has speed, rushing up on the rail. That's the manipulator out wide, Star Quest. Also there, that's Cop Car as they make their way toward. It's a tight group up front, right on the rail, the manipulator. Just beside him, that's Don Quessy. Cop Car is right there too. Out wide, that's Star Quest. Then comes on the rail, that is Alchemy of Soul. Right on the outside of Alchemy of Soul, that is Jukebox. Then comes Laredo, tacked onto the tail of Doe, that is Nebuchadnezzar. About 3 lengths before we come to racing in behind those, that's a Friends Connection. Then comes Kuzmi as they go past the 4. Behind Kuzmi, that's One Code, and at the back of the field, that's Newspaper of Record. They head toward the 3, and it is Don Quessy narrowly from Cop Car. These two are heads apart. Don Quessy just the leader. Cop Car right there too, watching them from third and wanting them to fold. That's Star Quest just behind them. That's Jukebox running a good one. Also there, that's Alchemy of Soul out wide and coming on. That is a quick. That is Laredo there at the top of the lane, a furlong and a half to go. Cop Car not going away. Don Quessy still there fighting on. Cop Car pointing on Don Quessy. It's Cop Car in front. Here comes Alchemy of Soul coming on for a spoil. It is still Cop Car in front. Don Quessy keep coming on the outside. Alchemy of Soul. It's Cop Car in front of Alchemy of Soul, and Cop Car will take them to the wire. Cop Car by about 2.5 lengths from Alchemy of Soul. Then comes Don Quessy, Star Quest, and back in 5th, Laredo.
They're off for the Thornbird Stakes. Danka just misses it, racing toward the back, has catching up to do as they make their way toward the 6. Linguist misses Moneypenny. They race close together as they charge away now, passing the 6. Miss Moneypenny going on to get that lead up front. Miss Moneypenny by a head. There goes Lady Babita on the outside. A break back to Linguist on the outside of Social Aviator in the white as they leave the 5. Hansa races up next, possibly 6 lengths off that lead, joined by stablemate Danka. Summer Palace races next, and the favourite Burning Hedge has catching up to do at the back of the field. They go flashing past the half-mile and make their way now toward the 7/16th, and Miss Moneypenny holds the lead and extends it now to a length and a nose-tickling tail. Here is Linguist kicking in on the outside now and beginning to challenge for that lead as they go slipping past the 3. Social Aviator in a good spot. Hansa racing toward the outside of Lady Babita. Danka comes next. Burning Hedge now asked to pick up the bit and begins to come forward. And Summer Palace left at the back of the field. But they've turned for home in the Thornbird. They leave the quarter pole behind them. And the Social Aviator holds the lead, but under stress. Here comes on the outside Hansa now kicking in. On the rail, that's Danka. These 3 spread across the course as they flash past the furlong pole. It's still a wide open affair. And on the outside, Hansa. Danka down against the rail. Social Aviator looks to have cried enough. But it is Hansa out in front under the apprentice Tajay Suku, who takes the Thornbird Stakes by over a length. Social Aviator in a photograph with Danka on the rail. Then Burning Hedge. Linguist is back in 5th.
Thank you for watching another video produced by the team from QuickGallopJaya.com and its YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper. Please stay on the channel for other enlightening videos on those involved in local horse racing. Please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell.